here. How's it going, you guys? This is Alyssa and Paige's social media training. We just want you guys to get a better idea on how we connect and show up on social media to benefit our business. And I am going to go, well, we both are going to go over a couple of exciting things to come, and I'm really looking forward to it. I'm just going to make sure that we have everything in order here for the presentation because I'm about to share my screen. Hold on a second here. Okay, we are sharing screen. Let me know if you guys can see this. Everyone good?
Yeah.
Perfect. And we're gonna go like this. Oh, we've got some more ladies in the waiting room. And present. So we do have these slides just because it's easy for everyone to take notes on the slides. And it gives us a little bit of a structure to follow because we can both go on a bit of a tangent if we want to. I mean, we probably will still, so just be aware of that. This just keeps us on track. So sharing and social storytelling on social media, geez. Just make sure that you guys are muted when you hop on. I don't think I put the auto mute on, and then we won't have any feedback. So the topics today, we're going to talk about the Love Your Journey bonus, storytelling on socials, and consistency and connections. And then we're going to go into a little bit more of a fun little thing at the end. So I'm going to just go over the requirements for the Love Your Journey bonus. So I'm sure you guys saw that Alyssa, congratulations, she got her Love Your Journey bonus deposited in her account yesterday, which is very, very exciting. Congratulations to you, Alyssa. I hit a similar bonus a couple months back, and it's just such life-changing money, you guys. Like I want you guys to know sort of what you can have and what your goal would be in order to have that, because Alyssa saw that goal and she went full force for it. And so did I. And I know that Jen and Ashley have both also locked in bonuses like this as well. And Jen and Ashley are both on their way to platinum this month. So if they do lock it in, I will just go over a little bit of what they would get for that. So basically it's double rewards right now, meaning that if you hit silver, gold, or platinum by the end of this month, you will be in a double bonus. So usually for silver, it's $500. For gold, it's $1,000. And for platinum, it is $2,000. Right now, they are doubling that bonus. So see that check that Alyssa got yesterday? It would double that because she went silver, gold, platinum on the last round of Love Your Journey. So this is just specific to July and August. So if anyone hit silver last month, for example, and then now they maintain for 4 months out of 6 months, they will get a $1,000 bonus. Now, this is on top of your commissions. This is on top of your 5 for 5. So this is really big money, you guys. I think it's what, $2, $3, $4, $5, $6, $7,000 by Christmas that you guys could earn on top of everything else. So that's a big check to come through, and that's really exciting. And I want you guys to be able to learn how to hit that and to see more of you guys hitting that because it's literally life-changing. So for silver, it's 5,000 OV. I'm going to go over what OV looks like on the next slide, but this is just the requirements here. It's 2 direct brand builders, so they have to be direct to you. In this business, we, as your uplines, we can place people under you, and I'll go into a little bit more detail, but your brand builders for these rank advancements do need to be direct to you. So this is anybody underneath you who has had 1,000 OV for themselves, which also benefits your 5,000 OV for silver as well. So you got to think of it this way. If you have 2 people under you that are running for brand builder and they both hit that, well, that's 2,000 volume right there. Typically in a one sale of Happy Juice, that's 100 volume. So you can think that that would be about 50 orders altogether. And that sounds like a lot, but when a team is working together, that can add up quite quickly. So silver is a very achievable thing. There is a couple of ladies call right now that are super close to silver, they either need their brand builders or anything like that. So you girls that are super close, let's work very closely together over the next couple of weeks if you do want that $1,000 bonus. Like I said, when I got my bonus, it was $500. So this is, I love the fact that they're giving you guys the opportunity to double it. And this ends, like I said, at the end of the month. So for gold, it's 10,000 OV. So this is for anyone who has a decent organization under them or has a few people under them that are running with them. This is also very achievable. So you do need 3 direct brand builders for gold and 10,000 OV.
Thanks, James.
But the hang on, I'm just gonna, there we go. But the bonus for that one is $2,000. So that's a pretty big bonus. And you got to think, right, this would be right around Christmas, you guys. Like when you hit that bonus for that, if you maintain between 4 out of the 6 months. So it doesn't need to be consecutive. So let's say you hit silver this month, and then you drop silver next month, but then you maintain the month after, and then you maintain the next month, drop it again, and then maintain on that 6th month, you would still get that $1,000 bonus. So that's really cool that they do it that way. Not many companies do, by the way. And especially not many companies allow you to hit a lifetime rank as soon as you hit it, right? So I'm not sure if anyone else is familiar with other companies, but a lot of companies need like a qualification period. We don't have that here. So just to get your bonus is what the maintaining is. And so again, for platinum, I know that Jen and Ashley are trying to hit platinum this month, and they are super, super close. So for that, it's 15,000 OV, 3 direct brand builders or above, and a bonus of $4,000 if maintained for 4 out of 6 months. So is everyone cool with how that works? Any questions, just drop them in the chat box and I'll answer them as we go here. But I'm just going to give you a little bit more information on where the OV comes from so you guys have a better understanding of that. So for overall volume, this is your personal order. Anything you sell, anything anyone in your downline sells or purchases, your own personal order, and even if you've been placed under someone not direct to you, and any customer reorders. So meaning when you guys start building a team here, you can actually place people in your placement suite. So you'll see it in your back office. You'll see your placement suite. If you have, let's say, 4 brand partners and you have 1 person that really wants to run with this and 3 people who are just like dipping their toes, not quite sure, you can actually take the person who you want to run with this with you and keep them at your top of your leg and then place those 3 other people underneath her. What that's going to do is boost her volume about 300 more. So that benefits your volume as well because it's your overall volume, but it also benefits their overall volume. So like, I just love that about this. That is like such a new concept to me. And it really does help a lot of people, especially if you do need that, let's say brand builder for silver, you can start placing some of your new brand partners under them to boost their volume to 1,000 to get them there. So you can get yourself to silver. Is this making sense? Are we good? Because I know that this can kind of be a little bit weird if you don't have it in front of you, but you will see it in the back office and you can always ask us questions about that. I do want to talk about projected OV. This is how many people in your organization are currently on an active subscription. So anyone current with you that has a subscribe and save order, if they cancel their subscribe and save, which it happens, don't stress out about it. It's totally fine. They may just end up like pushing it or doing it in a different month or whatever. You never know somebody's circumstances. So just don't write that off right away. And you are welcome to check in with those people. Like, how is it going? Is there anything that you've been feeling from the happy juice? Like, just to kind of see where their head's at and to decide if like maybe they're just trying to order at the end of the month and they canceled for now. Who knows? But either way, your projected OV is going to tell you if everybody on your in your organization keeps their subscription, that's the number you will end the month at. So in order to decide, so if people have volume in their account, you can actually go ahead and open up your Amari back office. If you see that number, you can actually, so for example, right now I'm projected 36K. So that means that if everybody keeps their subscribe and save right now, that's what I will end the month as. But if people continue to order throughout the month that aren't currently on a subscription, that's going to raise that number even more, right? So it can dip, and that will happen. It can dip and then it can rise, and then it can dip and it can rise, but it can give you an idea of what you could end the month at. So I can look at this, and when we think about 100 PV per order, we can decide, okay, we can take that 35, that 36K, and we can subtract it from, let's say I want to go senior leader this month. So I take 50, I subtract it by 36. Little quick math here. And it tells me that I need 140 new orders or reorders before the month ends in order to hit senior leader. You can do this with any rank, you guys. I'm just using mine as an example. So if silver is your goal, look at your overall projected volume and decide how close you are to the 5K mark. And then it'll tell you how many orders you would need to fulfill silver. Is this making sense too? Because like this stuff's a little bit tricky, but give me a little comment in the chat box if this is all, if everyone's following along here. Because I want to just make sure we're good with that, because we're going to move on and Alyssa's going to start sharing here. Where is the chat box? I don't even know. Maybe just no one's talking in it. Can someone give me a thumbs up if, oh, there is chat going on. Okay, thank you. It just needed to pop up for me.
Can you repeat that one more time? You said that you can like look to see how many orders you are from the next level or something like that.
Yes, so you'll take your projected OV, and let's say you're pushing for silver. You'll have to take what you have projected right now and subtract it by 50, for example. Like take the first two numbers and subtract it by 50 or 5,000 if you want to just like do it exactly that way. And that'll tell you how much volume. But the reason why I do it that way is because it literally tells you the exact number. So I just like drop the 0 at the end. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? I'll chat with you after to kind of make sure that you understand it a little bit more. But yeah, that's how that sort of math works. And it makes it easy because then it gives you a target, right? Like it's like, okay, well, between me and the team, like that's how many we want to fulfill in order to get there, right? So yeah, I love just having that simple math to help you with your goals. We're going to hear from Alyssa now. She's going to talk a little bit about, because she is actually the queen of sharing all the things on social media and has been. And so I love to hear her share just what works for her and how she's found success in this.
All right. Well, thank you. And you guys just wanted to say too, what Paige just shared about the bonuses, just go for it. Like there's nothing to lose. If you guys haven't hit silver or any rank, there's no harm in just like going for it. And because either way, you're going to end up benefiting from it. But I'm excited to talk to you guys about how to share on social media. I know that there's a lot of you guys who have been around here for a while, but some might be completely new to it and it can be kind of overwhelming. So we just wanted to set up this call and give you guys some more confidence and just some guidance on how to do that. So in a generation where network marketing companies are now everywhere, to avoid being oversaturated, you need to stand out. And I also just want to throw in there too that Amari, you guys, we only have 30,000 brand partners. And honestly, that's not a lot at all compared to other network marketing companies. So I wouldn't even say that we are oversaturated. And I honestly think oversaturation, when people say that, is kind of an excuse, because if you are sharing how we are going to be explaining it, you don't need to worry about being oversaturated. And if you're wondering what that means, it's just basically like a bunch of people doing the same thing. So how do you do this? By showing up authentically as you and not what everyone else is doing and sharing about. The things you love, your life circumstances, hobbies, interests, what you do on day to day, people will gravitate towards people like them. So never be afraid to share you, the you outside of Amari, your own personal journey, why you decided to start drinking it, how it's helped you. This will be different for everyone, but someone following along will probably be experiencing the same things right now. So is there what's the other slide page? Sorry, I guys went with my laptop. I just want to make sure I'm not gonna go over things twice. Oh, sorry. Okay, yeah. So how do we do this? By standing up. Okay, so you guys, people can get the information on products anywhere, right? Like I've actually had a few people recently say like, oh, I'm looking this up. If they're interested in it and they aren't necessarily wanting to reach out, they can Google that. So you have to give them a reason to pick you. And you do that by sharing your story, like we just said, who you are as a person. And when they invest through you, they're also investing in you and their trust in you. And so by sharing your own stories with the products makes it worth it, and it makes it personal and relatable. So whatever season of life that you're in right now, your story regarding how you got started, why you got started, with whether it was to do with your gut health or like mom life and stuff, just really kind of sit down after this and write down what was it that made you want to start. And graphics are fine for extra info, you guys, but this is something that I will always encourage you to do, is get on your stories and talk. And I know it is so uncomfortable if you haven't done it before. It gets so much easier, you guys. And it's just, you're going to see a shift in your business. If you're sitting there and you're wondering why you aren't signing people up, or you're not getting brand partners and stuff, and you're seeing other people and you're not doing this one thing, I guarantee you are going to see a shift in your business. And it's not something we're going to get into consistency. You're going to have to do it every day. And with this business, this is why I love it so much. The amount of personal growth that comes along with it is from stepping outside of your comfort zone and doing the uncomfortable things, because that's where you're going to see that success that you may not be seeing right now. So the more real and vulnerable you are with your story, the deeper it's going to hit someone else, especially if they see parts of themselves in you. If you have something to offer that could help them, they'll be intrigued and wonder if it's from them. So that should give you just like a little bit of push and motivation to really share your side of the story. Sorry, I didn't even, what's the next page? I have so much to say, but no computer thing's killing me right now. Okay, yeah, perfect. So get specific. So think of a certain time that you maybe felt uncomfortable in your skin, you couldn't eat some things, or a time where you had crazy mom guilt or had to leave a store because your kids are driving you crazy. Allow them to visualize themselves in your shoes, right? And I just think about what kind of things I relate to when I see someone share. And if you can literally paint a picture for them, so imagine writing a caption and just being like, I struggled with mom rage, I struggled with anxiety and stuff. That's things that like pretty much everyone struggles with, you guys. But if you can literally paint a picture, I will never forget the time I was in a store with my kids and they were losing it. Sorry, my child's at my door right now. But they were like actually losing it. Sorry, one sec.
Like clockwork, you guys. Mom life, but this just goes to show, right? That you can do this business and still have all your balls in the air. It truly is that. So, is everyone feeling good about all of this? I love it so much. And
Clockwork. Overstimulation. Where's my happy juice? But think about how much of a difference it's going to make if someone just reads, oh, okay, they had mom guilt and stuff. But if you can paint that picture, because I don't know about you guys, but how many people have like also struggled in situations like that where it's so uncomfortable and you just want to cry. And now because of happy juice, so it's like you had a problem and now you found a solution and now you're sharing it with people. And that, to me, reading that is like, holy crap, like, yeah, I can really relate to that. I know exactly how you felt. I do still feel this. I would love to know like how you're helping yourself with that. So yeah, tell the story, how thanks to happy juice, you're now able to react differently, rewrite those stories and change those patterns. So if you share what everyone else is sharing, it might get you some sales or brand partners. But if you really want to find your people, you want to show up as you, tell your story, you'll inspire so many people that way. So again, we're not just Amari, we're not just happy juice, you guys. For example, my niche is single moms, okay? And it took me a while to get comfortable with the idea of sharing that, because it is vulnerable, it is scary, but I don't know who on my team is on here, but like a lot of my team is single moms, you guys. And it's so cool to see the fact that not only are they going to be, they're being helped with happy juice, because being a single parent is freaking hard or solo parenting, you are a lot more stressed out. You have a lot on your plate. And now you have this supplement that's helping with that. But not only that, and this is why it's so important to share the business side of things. Now I have an opportunity to help single parents make an income. And it makes me emotional because I was struggling last year, you guys. And now I'm in a completely different place. And those who are following me literally got to see me struggle to pay my freaking rent. And then I showed up and shared that paycheck yesterday. Like, it's like, that's why it's so important to share all your stories, even when you're struggling, because it's just like people get to see the transformation that is going to happen, whether it's with the business or with the products. So, is there another slide? Perfect.
Would you like to share about this, Alyssa? Because you're so good at it.
Yeah, I can. Okay. So show up every day in one way, shape, or form. If you want your page to grow and keep your viewers engaged in your content, you must show up and have the open signs in your business. So you guys, if there's one thing to be in this business, it is consistent. Okay. And it's just something that you're going to have to do. So every time you drink your happy juice, share it on your story in some way daily, whether it's a picture, whether you are making it and talking about how it works. I did that yesterday. Or whether you're making it and talking about your hair appointment. It doesn't matter. People just need to see that you are drinking it every day, because if you're not, then they're going to go find someone else who is. So 3 to 5 reels a week, at least 3 stories per day to start. One of something you're up to, one of happy juice, and one of maybe a client testimonial or a win, or literally anything about you specifically. So if did you already have the analogy ready to go? What we were talking about yesterday in terms of consistency? Okay. So we like to talk about it like this. You guys, your page is literally your store. You have to think about it as a storefront. Okay. And just like we said, there are lots of other brand partners out there, and this is why consistency is so freaking dang important. And I just want to say too, I was really struggling last week, like in a very hard place, and I was still throwing up that I was drinking happy juice because I needed it last week. So I wasn't showing my face. We're not saying that you have to do things you don't necessarily want to do, but I still was like prioritizing my business, because at the end of the day, I need that. And so I still just found ways to share about it. But in regards to why you want to share that, it's like, think about the storefront. And if someone's walking by and they see that your store is open, AKA you've been posting, do you want to share it, Paige?
Yes, so let's talk about a competing store, guys, because our pages are our stores, our little mini stores. And you have to believe that there's people following you that are also following a Mari brand partner right now. So what's going to set you apart from the other one? Well, first of all, let's do it like Kim. I'm totally stealing. Is Kim on here right now? I'm not sure. I'm totally stealing Kim's shoe store analogy because it just makes it so easy for people to understand this part. But imagine walking down the street, okay? And you're in the market for a new pair of shoes. There's a specific shoe you're looking for. It's like a nude platform heel for a bridesmaid dress that you need to get. And you walk into one shoe store. And this shoe store, this lady's standing behind the counter. She's scrolling on her phone. She doesn't care when the door dings and the person walks in. And, it doesn't look like the floor has been swept for like 5 days. There's kind of like dust on the shelving, and everything's kind of just in a weird place, right? And so instantly you're walking around the store and you're like, like, how would you guys feel in that moment? Like, this isn't where I want to be. Right. And then that person would also come around and be like, hey, is there anything I can help you find? And what do you think that person's going to say? No, I'm just looking. Right. I'm just looking. They're not going to give that person their money, you guys. Right. But what if they walked 2 blocks this way and they walked into another shoe store, and the moment they open the door, it is bright, it is clean, everything's in its place, it's organized. And as soon as the door opens, a woman comes from behind the counter. Hi, welcome to my store. What can I help you find? Is there anything you're in the market for today? Which of the 2 shoe stores is going to get that person's money? Right? So you guys have to look at your page that way. You have to look at your page and be like, okay, if somebody were to come to my page today because, you know, I ended up in the algorithm of Reels and they're like, oh, who is this? And they click on your page and all of your photos are like dark and dingy, or there's no rhyme or reason for like your cover photos for your reel. Like there's different filters on everything. You know, there's words on some, there's photos on another. Like just make it look cohesive. It doesn't have to look like everyone else. Just make it look cohesive and inviting and bright and organized, right? Like you got to look at it like somebody's just walked into your shoe store. And if somebody wants to continue to follow along with you, they'll probably hit that follow button. So you guys have to think about like what drew you to the pages that you follow and what keeps you there, right? And that's going to also keep your viewers engaged as well. So, hi, Alyssa, you're back. Everything good over there?
Yeah, I'm just like, of course, you leave me alone all morning. And as soon as I'm like, can I have half an hour, please? It's like, yeah.
Of course, always. We're going to move to the next one and we can decide what we're going to do here. We can both kind of put our own little spin on connections because I feel like we both do that. But we're just going to chat a little bit about connections because we want you to form genuine connections with accounts like you guys. Like it's going to be way more fun to work with people that vibe with you, honestly, that are in similar seasons of life, that have maybe the same number of children. Like this is the things that like attracts your ideal business partner because they're gonna get it. Like I totally get where Alyssa's coming from because my kids are the same. The moment I go to send a voice note, it's like, Mom, I need this and that and this. And I'm like trying to have a conversation with somebody online. And I'm like, could you maybe ask me after I'm done this voice note? So it happens, right? Like when we're a mom, we're like trying to juggle it all. And we're all doing an amazing job, by the way. Or people engage with you. Like people will want to engage with you if they see something, like Alyssa said earlier, in themselves, in you, right? Making Insta besties will help your business soar, okay? Think about the connection that was needed to be built with the person you signed up with to either want to try the product or become a brand partner. Remind yourself of what trust needed to be built. You know, that is going to be so much more valuable, you guys, than like a cold message, right? Like sending someone a cold message, hey, I've been trying this new happy juice. Like it has this, that, and this ingredient in it. It's helping me with this and that. Somebody could look at that and be like, oh, I'm actually in the market for that. What do you know? But it's actually going to be way more valuable for you to just like, anytime you have a new follower, you can send them a message and be like, hey, thanks for stopping in on my page. Like, I'm here if you ever need anything, or something so simple like that, to just like open that door of conversation that they know that they can come to you if they do need something, right? Like treat it like a business, treat it like that woman who got off of her, you know, got off herself, walked to the door and said, what can I help you with today? Right? Like if you want to treat it like a business, you can treat it like a business. Or if there's a new account that's been engaging a lot on your stuff or commenting a lot on your stuff, and you go to their page, you follow them back and you say to them, thank you so much for all the love on my content. Like, it's so nice to have you here, right? Just little things like that that can like spark conversation. Other things you can do is when there's something on somebody's story that you're trying to engage with and connect with. Kyla, I think Kyla's on here right now. Kyla is killing it with this, by the way. She is like commenting on things that these people post that are like her. So Kyla's been, I'm going to just shout her out a little bit right now because she started at, I think, maybe you can put it in the chat box, Kyla. I think she started at maybe 200 followers and she has grown to almost 1,000 at this point. I think she's only like 150 away. And so that is huge, but she has found her niche. She is a mom of two and her kids are only like, I don't even think they're 18 months apart. Maybe they are, but they're really close in age. So she's really honing in on that mom of two boys, busy toddler stage. They're both like very busy and she's loving on the content that is funny relating to that. And so many people are relating to that as well. So as her page grows, she's also following people back. And when she's engaging with them and they're talking to her, she's responding to their stories. When there's things that like their child is doing at the time, because you got to believe that everyone who's kind of come into Kyla's niche here is people who have a similar life circumstance, who have their kids really close together and they're super young right now, right? So when there's something going on that they're sharing about on their socials, she's commenting on the story, oh my gosh, same here, right? Oh my gosh, like, does it ever end? So that she's keeping that line of communication open so that when that person when she throws up a reel that is about happy juice and not about her kids, they're like, oh, what's this that she's drinking that's making her feel so patient when her kids are this young, right? So that's just such an easy way to just build those little Insta besties. And like, I'm sure, put your hands up right now if the person you signed up with, you've never met. Like, well, I met Chelsea recently, but I never met her. Her and I have been connecting for 10 whole years, you guys, online. And finally, I'm working with her. And it's just like, same with Alyssa. Like, Alyssa was my upline with Body, and her and I ended up being neighbors. Like, she was my basement suite neighbor, like 4 years later, because we built such a strong connection and we made it online. So it's very, very possible to find your Insta besties out there. They are out there. There's people exactly like you out there. And Alyssa, if you want to add to that, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah, I think it just goes back to like, it ties in so perfectly, because how genuine is the connection going to be when you're showing up and sharing just you as a person, right? And just have fun with it and try and switch your mindset around. I know when it's like the end of the month coming and you haven't hit your bonus yet, it can kind of get into that desperate mindset of like, oh, I need a sale, I need a sale. But if you're showing up consistently throughout the month and having fun with it and having genuine connections and conversations with people just so you can find your people, like that's what I'm looking for, people that I like can genuinely talk not even about Amari with, like obviously, yes, like the business side of it, but like have a genuine friendship, because it makes it so much more fun. Like the business is so much more fun when you're working along your friends. And it's just, I think it's the most incredible opportunity in the world. And to know that like it literally happens just from like finding your friends and finding your people who also want to show up with you. It's just exciting and fun. So I think you pretty much tackled the way with connections. Sorry, I was with my kids when Paige was talking about how I do connections. I like to reply to like stories and stuff. That's my way to kind of do it. And just like, don't even overthink it. Just already think that like you're friends with them. Just reply and have a conversation, and don't expect anything out of the conversation either. Don't be like, oh, this girl's gonna be my next sale. It's like, no, I'm just gonna continue to grow this relationship. And that's why it's so important to show up consistently and share what you are, because guess what? If they feel confident and comfortable enough to talk to you, then you're already going to be sharing about it. They're probably going to end up asking you about it before you do, right? So just think that this all kind of coincides together.
Well, that's the end of my presentation, but we do have a few more things that we want to talk about. But before we do, is everyone on the call, are we like comfortable with reels? Like, do we know how they work? Because I know that I can say to everyone, post 3 to 5 reels a week, but if you don't know how to do it, how are we feeling about reels, you guys? Do we all kind of have a handle on how it goes, trending audios, things like that? Is there a specific time to post? Alyssa, what do you think on that? Because I have been posting in the evenings lately and I feel like my engagement's been lower and I need to start like maybe doing midday.
To be honest, I feel like it's kind of random. I do think that sometimes later at night when people are scrolling and just kind of like chilling, they tend to be okay. But when my account blew up, I was posting it pretty much. I would do my workout in the morning and post one every single day at like probably 6:30 or 7 a.m. And I had many viral reels. So I think it comes down to the quality of content, to be honest with you. But if you go and look at your insights, you can actually see what time of day your followers are most active on Instagram. And I've kind of done that before. But yeah, I think late nights, okay. I don't really think that there's a right time. I think you just, as long as you have a hook, if you have something that's trending, your content's going to be seen. And just little tips too. I know you guys are great at it. In Paige's chat, I got to get better at it in mine. It's like, just save. If you see any of your friends posting something, the more saves that you have on your reels, the more that they're going to show to your non-followers. That's like the biggest hack ever. So saves and shares is what tells Instagram, oh, people like this content. Is really not even to do with likes, to be honest with you. And then it'll push it out. So if you see your friends, fellow teammates and stuff with a reel, just like send it, share it, do whatever you need to do, and it helps that. But yeah, I think quality, to be honest, is the main thing.
Yes, and I want to share something that Alyssa taught me because it has been super helpful. So, do we all know what a hook is on Instagram, like on a reel? It's basically something that alludes to something, but you're not like telling the full meal deal on the actual caption of the reel. And then you go into it in the actual caption, right? So something Alyssa taught me, which I think is so cool, and not many people know about this. I've been on a couple one-on-one calls this past week, so you've already heard this if you were on those with me, but making your audio short. So like maybe at the max, what do you say, Alyssa? Like maybe 10 seconds, not even.
Yeah.
And like hooking the viewer, unless it's like a long audio where you do want to kind of like go into more detail. But if you're just wanting to like get some really good engagement on something and some high views, the shorter the audio, the better. Putting in something in the actual reel as a caption. So clear, concise pictures or videos, you guys, like nothing dark. Make sure you're using like supernatural light. Like just as an example, like this is me here with the light shining on me, and this is me here. Like, do you see the difference there? It just helps so much to like get it proper. So even if you like prop your phone on your window ledge, for example, and like just talk that way, you're just going to get a way better lighting that way, and it's way more bright. But also when you're doing that short reel and that hook, make the caption long. So like go into like as much it doesn't have to be like too long, but go into as much detail as you can on whatever topic you're using as a hook in the caption. Because what happens is every single time your reel loops, so like when the audio ends and it starts over, if someone's still reading your caption and you've captivated them that way, every single time it loops. So like the shorter the audio, the better, honestly. Like if you can do like a 5-second audio, well, that means that by the time they're done reading that caption, they've probably looped like 10 times. That's 10 extra views, guys. Every single time it loops, that's another view. Okay, so like if you're wanting to raise your views a little bit, that's a really good hack and trick that Alyssa taught me. And I'm like, thank you. But yeah, if there's any other little hacks like that you can share, Alyssa, that would be awesome, because I know everyone's like, how did you grow? But it was truly just consistency, hey, and like quality.
Yeah, and just being specific and finding, like, I'm gonna be honest with you. Well, I have had some happy juice ones go viral, but it wasn't anything to do with like the happy juice like facts. You know what I mean? Like one that went viral was a picture or a clip of me like crying, and then me out on a walk and like super happy, and it was that Benson Boone song. It was like, for a while there it was rough, but lately I've been doing better. And like Paige said, I didn't talk about it on the post, or on the reel, but I went deep into it, and I had so many comments of people interested in it. So just get creative and try to stand out. Like, it's fine if you want to share something to do. Like, I know Katie Winecap slays the sales when she's talking about like her transformation reels. You guys, those will do well. So I do really recommend you take pictures and stuff, especially if you have struggled with bloat or anything, because as much as I wish people didn't, people like to look at things as a quick fix, right? They like, oh, I don't have to work out. I can drink this drink and lose weight, which is nice. I wish people would do the work as well, but it sells, right? So I recommend that too. But if everyone's just posting the same reels of like you drinking your happy juice and with the facts on it, that just goes back to like anyone can find that information anywhere. It's fine to do that every now and then, for sure. That's stuff you can also add to your stories, but like get creative. And like if you're someone that likes to post humor, you can find something that's like something to do with like mom life, and then figure out a way to make it about Happy Juice in like a funny way, right? So just have fun with it. I don't know if you guys know this, but like audios at the bottom, if they're trending, you'll see like a little arrow. So trending audios, those tend to do better too, but you don't want to do ones that have like, if you click on it, you'll see it says how many people have used it. It's good to kind of do ones that aren't like newer audios. Otherwise your reel's just going to be like one amongst thousands in the sea, right? So yeah, I would just say find your niche. And I think I might have skipped over this, but I know some of you guys say like, oh, when I post Happy Juice, my reels, like they don't do as well. Mine don't either, right? But you have to remember it's quality over quantity, you guys, at the end of the day. And I'm here to help people and find my business partners. So I'd rather put that content out and have people who are attracted to that than like it blowing up and having thousands of views and no sales or no partners from that, right? So just consistency as well. That's what I would say. I did forget to talk about this too. I just wanted to mention how to like share on your stories and stuff. And I wanted to talk a bit about the business opportunity and how to share that, you guys, because this is a great opportunity right now. This call is the perfect opportunity for you to get on your stories and say, I just hopped off a call with our team, and you can talk about it. You can talk about how there was resources. You can share the community, because the community is the best part, in my opinion, about these opportunities. So that's a way that you can do it. Or if you are someone, if you're sitting down and you're going through the resources, take a picture, write down what you're doing. You want to share the business side of things, and you want to share that you're sharing the business, because the same goes for someone going into your store versus someone else's. If you're not even talking about the business, or you're not sharing that, and you don't have to be so knowledgeable about it, you guys, it's like, it can be so simple. They're going to look at people who are showing up and are talking about the team and are talking about the business side of things. And they're probably going to be like, you know what? I'm going to go with her because she's actually talking about it. I don't know what this girl's doing. She's kind of inconsistent. She's not really showing up. I don't even really know if she's taking it seriously. So use that as fuel to be like, okay, am I talking about the business enough as well? But yeah, I just like little things like that. If you're doing a training, talking about that, just make sure that you're plugging in different ways of how to share about the business side of it too. And don't think that just because you're a new brand partner that you're not going to be able to lead anyone. That is what we're here for. That is what the resources are here for. That is why we have simple systems set up that are so easily duplicatable. Everything's done for you, you guys. All you need to do is know how to set them up, which you should know how to do by now. And if you don't, again, that's what we're here for. So don't let that stop you. Because if there's one thing that I wish I did sooner, it was talk about the business.
I love that. I know. I feel like I get some amazing brand partners under me, you guys, because I talk about the business, because I talk about what it's done for me. And like, even though Alyssa was shaking in her boots yesterday, sharing that income, like it took so much out of her to share that income. And can we just like shout her out that she like got one of her dream brand partners yesterday from sharing that scary thing? So I promise you that like the things that you are the most afraid about is that, or the things that are gonna, like attract the people that you want to work with. And even if you haven't ever made income here, you guys, which like majority of us have, but if you haven't ever made a sale here, that's okay. You can still share like what the people who you signed up under are doing with the business, and how long they've been doing it for, and how inspired you are by that, and the 5 for 5 bonus, and how easy that is for you to hit if you help 5 people in a month, right? There's so many other things you can share if you haven't actually made a sale yourself, but that could bring you your first sale, right? It really could. If you're in Canada right now, it is free to partner till the end of the month without a purchase. I do want to talk about that quick because like, yes, that's great, but then what? Like if they're not going to purchase anything, how are they going to sell the product, right? So if you have inventory, you could maybe sell them a week's worth if they're local to you, that they can start sharing and getting a little bit of skin in the game. I would sell a week's worth for maybe 45, 50 bucks, right? So if that's something that you want to do and give them a chance to try the product, start sharing about it, see where the interest is, that's totally fine as well. But I would strongly recommend if somebody really wants to get some skin in this game for them to buy a Happy Juice bundle, right? I mean, it doesn't have to be that, like, that's why that option's there, but you can explain to them why. Like, why do you guys think it would be important for them to have it? Well, because then they have something to share about. Right? Then they have something to sell, then they have a journey to share, right? Like what we were talking about earlier, like you can put up graphics, but how is that going to relate to somebody, right? Like, yeah, maybe they'll be like, oh, I mean, I have gut health issues and like, yeah, I lose my patience, but like we said earlier, they're going to want to hear like how it's personally helped you. So without the product, it makes it tricky, but definitely doable. So yeah, if anyone has questions, they can drop it. If not, Alyssa, do you want to chat a little bit about what we're planning?
Yes, I'm so excited, you guys. We're so excited because so if you guys don't know, me and Paige have been with Body, a couple others on this team too, for a long time. And our job with Body started after the purchase. And it just felt really good to know that like you had a community for people, that you were still providing value to them. And I love how simple this has been, but I just feel like there's been something missing and lacking because I like to build connections with my people. I don't like to feel like they're just a transaction to me and I'm not going to help them again after that. Like, of course, the products are. So this is something that we've been talking about doing for a long time. And now I think me and Paige are both like, hey, we're settled, we're good, we can take this on. And if anyone else who on here would love to help us with this, reach out to us and let us know, because the more the merrier, that it will be in there. But we are going to start a customer group. So for anyone who ends up buying a pack, whether it's a Happy Juice pack, Happy Hormones, whatever, we are going to have a community on Facebook where we will post things to do with like just check-ins, like how you feeling, to do with mental health. Obviously, that's going to be in there. Fitness, a lot of us do fitness as is, so we will have our Zoom community link in there too for people. We will have testimonials. We can do like little check-ins at the end of the week. How's everyone doing? Just we will have everything in there. So it's like they're going to get their products, but then they're also going to be a part of this community where we're showing up and providing value with like healthy meals, all the things. We're still going to be in the works of brainstorming it. But why I'm so excited to share this with you guys is because you guys now get to have that to talk about too. And that's going to make us stand out, right? Because not everyone does this. And that's something to talk about. So not only Beachbody. We were part of Beachbody, so like the fitness programs and stuff. So they don't have to do the Beachbody programs, but just like any workout or whatever. But we were familiar with that. But that's something that it's like, okay, so not only are you going to be getting these supplements, you also have this group, this accountability group. We will figure out a name to call it. So that's just like, they're getting that for free. And honestly, that was like the amount of value that is poured into that group is something that people would pay for to be in. So the fact that you get to talk about that is just something else that's going to get them exciting. And it might even be like, that's the thing that makes them want to buy the pack, because it isn't going to be a free group. It obviously is going to be for customers. And say you haven't made a sale yet, but you show up in that group and you're killing it in there, you'll feel confident to hop on your stories and talk about the group. You know, it's something else that's exciting to share about, that people are gonna be like, oh, what's this? And it's like, oh, this is our customer group for our Amari clients, you know? So we're excited about that. Paige, you want to add to that too?
Yeah.
Or did you just make a group?
Oh, Alicia, you're so cute. I love that because Alicia's also a past body babe, so she gets it. She understands the group, but it truly was what
Yeah.
made our businesses soar with Body, is just having that like super active community. So like what I need from you guys if we're going to do this is I do want some engagement in there. I do want, if like Alyssa were to post something, for somebody to go in there, love it, comment on it, like help keep the group alive, please. There's how many of us on here? 19 of us on here right now. If we can all just like pop in there periodically to make sure that there's comments on things and likes and things like that. And if you can post in there, that would be amazing. So we will maybe have like different threads in there to keep it organized. So maybe we'll have like accountability thread for workouts, like oh, I went for a walk today. Like maybe we can have like a steps thread, a workout thread, a Happy Juice thread, and places where you can just like pop in there, share that you're drinking your Happy Juice. A testimonials thread would be amazing, where we can just like drop a testimonial, and then you can just go through like a whole comment section of everyone's testimonials with Happy Juice, how it's helped them, etc. Because that's going to make like a brand new customer so excited. We'll also have things in the file section. So we'll have Chelsea's happy, is it Happy Habits? she did like an ebook that had like a whole bunch of gut health recipes on it, a gut health checklist to help with your mental wellness and everything. So she made a whole ebook. And so we'll put that in the files section. We'll also put the mocktails ebook that Ainsley created in the files section there. I have a recipes ebook that I can throw in there. And then we can just like keep it so that it's a space where people can find a recipe, find like anything like that. So how's everyone feeling? Are we excited? We will give you guys more info when it is up. Templates for info too. I love it. Would be good. So yeah, we're looking forward to that because it is like the missing link, Alyssa and I have decided that like we have all these people, like guys, we have under Love Your Guts, we have 900 people in the organization. Like that is a lot of people that are just aimlessly out there on their own. Like, let's just put them all together somewhere and we can just be active there, right? And so, I mean, obviously for like more business stuff, we have the team chats, but for more like customer things and things to do with the products and being active, that will be such a great space, I feel. So we're really excited for that. Yay, I'm so glad that you guys are vibing with that. We're really stoked. So anything else? Are we good here? Okay, you guys. Well, we can chat more. If anyone needs any clarification on anything we talked about, you can always just message us. But we hope this helps you. And we hope that you guys get out there, get on your stories, get uncomfortable, get creating, and find your people because like that's the most exciting part. And we are mid-month. So how's everyone feeling about that? We have 2 more weeks of the month. So whatever you're pushing for, if you want to hit a big goal this month and you think that you're not far off from it, or even if you are far off from it, if you want to claim it and jump into mine or Alyssa's inbox after the call and just let us know what it is you're working towards, we will help you get there. Okay? Sound good? All right, ladies, thank you so much. I'm gonna stop the recording.